Good morning. Today we are going to discuss the block diagram reduction tools in continuation with the previous class. In the previous class we have discussed the if there is any shifting take a point, summing point towards the right or towards the left. Okay, so how to move the summing point without changing the output, which we discussed. So these are the rules which I have discussed till now. And in addition to these two rules, we have two more rules. Which we can call as critical rules. But these critical rules you need to avoid as much as possible. So when it comes to here, uh, critical rules. So why it is called as critical rules in the sense, these rules are when I'm trying to employ these rules. Say for example, first one is shifting a takeoff point, over a summing point means, so after a summing point or before a summing point, after a summing point or before summing point. Say if I have a takeoff point like this, say for example I have a signal which is input signal, okay, and I have a summing point here, okay, and I have a summing point here, and this is the output signal which is say C, and here I'm taking the as a feedback signal or takeoff signal, which is I have taken as X is equal to say for example R, and here this is the feedback signal, okay, which is coming as a Y signal, which is called as a Y signal, okay. So my plus or minus, I can take it as plus or minus. So here if I take the output value which is equal to R plus or minus Y is going to be come into the picture here, R plus or minus Y. But whatever these takeoff signal value is, X is equal to R. So when I'm trying to shift this towards the after summing point means this side, okay, after summing point to this side means, so when I'm just shifting this takeoff point to that side, this is the Y signal which is plus or minus, and I have a takeoff point here. Now this takeoff point have the value of X, and this is the output signal, okay, this is the output signal. So my takeoff point has shifted here in between the output and as well as the summing point. So now if I take the X value here, R and plus or minus both signals are added here at this particular summing point. So the output of this is going to be R plus or minus Y. So from here to here, if you take anywhere, the value of this output signal is going to be R plus or minus Y. See, now you look at what is the value of the takeoff signal at the before shifting, and what is the value of takeoff signal after shifting. See, if you look at, there is a addition of the value of the signal has come into the picture here. So in this case, what we need to do is how to, without affecting the output, the output C should be always R plus or minus Y, right? C is equal to R plus or minus Y. And here the output signal, the feedback signal should not affect this. So whatever the before shifting, what is the output is there? Takeoff signal, what is the takeoff signal is value is there, the same takeoff signal has to be there here. So here, in order to nullify this plus or minus Y value, so it may be plus Y or minus Y. If it is a plus Y, then I have to have the minus Y here, so that plus Y minus Y will be cancelled out. And if there is a minus Y here, then I need to have keep the plus Y here, so that minus Y and plus Y will be cancelled out. Okay, so that is how here, if I add minus or plus Y, then this will be cancelled out and this will become as R. So when I'm trying to add signal, see here the adding the signal. So adding, when the signals will be added, see if this is the point where we are going to R value and Y value is adding. So this additional operation can be happen only through summing point. So this can be done by introducing one more summing point, and inverting the signal. In the sense, say for example here, inverting the signal is, See, this is the R and this is the R, and I have like this, and this is my Y signal which is coming to this summing point with plus or minus Y, right? So what I am doing is this is the takeoff signal from this, okay, to this takeoff signal, to this signal takeoff signal, and signal Y signal has to be added to this. So when I want to add the signal, then automatically there should be a summing point, and the signal here I am going to use the inverter, which changes its sign from minus to plus, plus to minus, minus to plus. So that's why the signal here I'm going to use the inverter. I'm going to use the inverter to change the signal from minus to plus. So here this signal, the inverter is changes its signal and then sent to this particular summing point. Now if I look at this, this is the R plus R minus Y, then this is the output. So here the signal which is taken for feedback is R plus R minus Y, and from here it is coming as minus R plus Y, minus R plus Y. So for R plus R minus Y, R plus R minus Y, minus R plus Y, both will be cancelled out, then it will become R. So this value, X value, will become R only. So what we can infer from this is, when I'm trying to reduce my block diagram, so it is increasing the complexity of the block diagram. It is increasing the complexity, because increasing the complexity, how can I say, because it is introducing one more summing point, increasing the complexity. That is why I'm saying this is a critical rule, increasing the complexity of the block diagram. So that is why as much as possible avoid these kind of rule, avoid these kind of critical rules. That is, shifting a takeoff point over a summing point is, as much as possible, try to avoid this kind of change, this kind of shifting, we can say this kind of shifting. So this is one of the critical rule. And one more critical rule we have, which is called shifting a takeoff point before the summing point. This is the after summing point. And here now I'll talk one more is shifting a takeoff point before summing point, means towards the left. Before summing point means towards the left. So shifting a takeoff point before summing point. So it means that I have a signal R like this, and one more is like this, and it has its own signal, feedback signal as plus or minus Y. And I have a takeoff signal is here, which is say X, okay, and this has the value of how much, because it is C is equal to R plus R minus Y. So here is also R plus R minus Y will be taken for feedback. So X value will become R plus R minus Y. So X is R plus R minus Y. Now I want to shift like this over a summing point. It's not over a block, it is over a summing point. So when I'm trying to shift over a summing point, see, this is the R, and if I keep the takeoff signal as like this, and X is equal to, we'll find later what is the value of X, then this is going to be summing point which has the feedback signal as plus or minus Y, and this is the output. C is equal to R plus or minus Y. So there is no change in the output. But when you look at here, the value of this feedback signal, this X signal, will become R. So here it is changing. So this is R plus R minus Y. Here R is there. So we need to add one more value of the signal, which is Y plus or minus Y. Means the same signal which you are inputting to this summing point, you need to have one more in line with this takeoff signal, one more summing point, and then send the same signal with to this summing point, so that I can get the R plus or minus Y as a, without changing the signal, takeoff signal value, without changing in the takeoff signal value. See here, this is the takeoff signal value, which is R plus or minus Y before changing. So after shifting, so before shifting is this much, and after shifting this value has been changed, but output is not changed, but this value has been changed. So nothing should change, so that it should be shifted without changing any output or a feedback signal value. It should be shifted. So here it is changing. So in order to get the previous, whatever the value of the signal before shifting is there, in order to get the same signal value, I'm going to add in the value of plus or minus. When I'm trying to add, so that addition can be, that addition of signals can be done only through operator called a comparator called as summing point. So I have to introduce one summing point. I have to introduce one summing point in line with this takeoff point. Means this is the takeoff point. This is the takeoff point which after shifting. So here is the R value and this is the summing point which I'm going to add. So here is the R value and then this is going to be R plus or minus Y, which is, this is plus or minus Y value, and the same signal which is inputting to the summing point, the same signal that is plus or minus Y will be input to this. Then what is the output of this takeoff signal now? So this will become R plus or minus Y. So X is R plus or minus Y. So here before shifting is, what is the value of X? Is R plus or minus Y. What is the value of C? R plus or minus Y. So no change in the before shifting and after shifting. So that is how it has to be done. So this is also a critical rule because it increasing the complexity. It is increasing the complexity means addition of summing point, addition of summing point as taken into the picture. So addition of summing point to the given block diagram is happening. So that is why this increases the complexity of the block diagram. This increases the complexity of the block diagrams. That's why avoid as much as possible these critical rules. What are these two critical rules? One is shifting a takeoff point after the summing point. Second one is shifting a takeoff point before the summing point. Shifting a takeoff. So these takeoff point over a summing point maximum as much as possible, whether it is a right towards the right or towards the left, as much as possible try to avoid. So when you're trying to incorporate that kind of rule, then it will increases the complexity of the block diagram and you need to have additional summing point and all those. So when you're trying to remove the summing points and takeoff point, then addition of summing point will lead to the complexity in the block diagram. So to reduce this complexity and the diagram, then as much as possible try to avoid the critical rules. Till now we have discussed almost all the rules which are used in a block diagram. So first rule which we discussed is, when the blocks are in series. Okay, blocks are in series, and when the blocks are in series, we know what will be happen, right? So blocks are in series, are parallel, and the second one is what you call swapping of summing point, that is associative law, swapping of summing points, and that is also we discussed. And also third one is when the shifting summing point after the block, and the fourth one is shifting summing point before the block, and one more, fifth one is shifting takeoff point after the block, that's also we discussed, and shifting the takeoff point before the block, that is also we discussed. And then minor loop, removing the minor loop in the sense which has only one summing point and one block and in a forward path, and one block in a feedback path, and which has the plus or minus or plus as a feedback systems, and we can say G and H. So this whole thing will be replaced with a G by G of S by 1 plus or minus into G of S into H of S. That's what we discussed, right? So this is removing of minor loop. Then we have discussed today critical rules, that is critical rule 1, and critical rule 2. So these are the total rules which have in the particular block diagram reduction rules. Now we'll move on to the sum. So here if you look at first look into these things, means whether any blocks are in series. First and foremost thing is we need to look at, while solving the problem, first and foremost thing is look at whether the blocks are either in series or parallel. Check out for what are the blocks which are in series or parallel. Okay. So series instance, the blocks should be connected in such a way that without any in between, there should not be any takeoff point. Okay, so then it is not said to be a series. And also, if suppose it is like this and it is like this, then this is not said to be series. These two are not said to be in series. Okay, so they have directly, if they have connected directly without any intermediate, say for example takeoff point or summing point in between them, then we can say it is a series. Similarly, parallel also, we have to have one block and forward, I mean in all the in the direction same. Say for example here also it should have. Suppose if you have a takeoff point here, if I have a takeoff point here, then these two not said to be a parallel. So it is not said to be a parallel. So the takeoff point has to be, at least you have to send to here, so that we can have the direct signal. The signal coming from the block has to be directly connected to the summing point. Then only we can say it is a parallel. So in between, if you have any takeoff point, then it is not said to be a parallel. So that is very, very important. We need to look into these things. Okay. So if you know, first look at the series or parallel, then go for the some operations. This you say it is called as operations, which you need to perform to make operations on the block diagram, which you need to be performed. That is shifting and all those. And so that we'll get this way or minor loop, so that you can get a with this way. I mean parallel or series you can get, or minor loop form you can get. So such a way you need to perform these four kind of operations on the block diagram. Okay, so that is what we need to discuss. So we'll go with one problem here and one complete explanation of this problem. Yeah, so we'll take this problem. We'll take this problem, that is which is I'll draw this problem. Okay, anyhow, G1, G2, G3 and G4 like that. Okay, so first two summing points are there. So two summing points. So two summing point 1, summing point 2. Okay, then have a G1. This is G1, and then we have a G2, and then G3. Okay, G3 is connected to summing point once again. Okay, G1 between G1 and G2, one summing point is there. Okay, so one more summing point is here. Okay, and the G3 is connected to summing point. Okay, and then yeah, so from G to G3 one takeoff point is there. G2 between G to G3 one takeoff point is there. So there is one takeoff point, and anywhere else? Yeah. So then we have between summing point and the takeoff point, we have one more takeoff point here. This one takeoff point with the G4, and the G4 is coming to the summing point. Okay, G4 is coming to the summing point here like this. Okay, next is what takeoff point to the second summing point with H1 value. Okay, with H1 value, second summing point, it is coming with H1 value. Okay, so this is the one, and one more is from this output it is getting us yeah, this is the output, this is with H2, and this signal is like this, I can mention. Okay, so next is one more is coming towards this side, first summing point without any value, without any value here. Okay, so here nothing is there, in sense it is called as taken as 1. It is taken as 1. That is called unity feedback system. If nothing is there in that, you can say it as 1. And signs, so first summing point minus, 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 and plus, plus. Okay, so first summing point, here it is minus, this signal is minus, this signal is minus, and this signal is both are plus, So this is what we have. And this is, say for example, C of S, and this is say R of S. This is what is the problem given. Okay, so this see, if you look at this problem, any block, say G1 and G2 are said to be in series? No. G2, G3 are said to be in series? No. Why? Because between G2 and G3 there is a takeoff point. Okay, so I cannot say this G2 and G3 are in series. Okay, similarly, is there any parallel? No, nothing. So series and parallel, we cannot get anything in this particular block diagram. So, but if I do some minor changes with the 4 operations conditions, that 4 operations rules, then I can do some kind of, getting this G2 and G3 will become series. Say for example, if you look at G2 and G3 here, this G2 and G3 will become in series when I take a point shifting towards the left. When I take a point shifting towards left. So we can say when you take a point shifting before the block, same block gain value will be added in series with this signal. Okay, so that change I'm doing here. So you can draw like this. What change I'm doing? So I'm shifting the takeoff point G1. I have to redraw once again. Okay, so redraw the block diagram and shifting. This is going to be G4. This is going to be G4, and here G2 will come, and then G3 will come. Okay, and it will become summing point, and it is the takeoff point. Next, here I have removed this takeoff point to this point, right? So when I say that is the signal which is H1, the signal is H1 signal, right? To this H1 signal, I need to add the same block gain value, that is G2. So G2 into H1, I can write directly G2 into H1, and this is giving to this one, and this is giving to this one. And once again, this signal is minus, and which has the like this H2, and which is going from here, and one more signal which is coming from here, which is minus. So what change I have done here? This is C of S and this is R of S. What change I have done here? If you look at this, this is the thing. This one, this signal, I've shifted to this side. Yeah, I shifted to this side. It means that there is a change is happening here. Shifting a takeoff point behind the block. I mean, before the block. We can say before the block. When we say shifting a takeoff point before the block, I mean towards the left side. I'm moving. Then same block gain value. That is, what is the block gain over which I'm shifting? I'm shifting over the G2 block. So the same block gain value G2 will come into the picture here. So the G2 will be added in series with this, means blocks will be multiplied, because G2 adding the block G2 here and then H1 here, both are in series. Then I will multiply G2 into H1. So why I have done this function? Why I have done shifting? Because to make the G2 and G3, to make this G2 and G3, okay, series. Now this G2 and G3 will become what? In series. Now if you look at one more very important here is G2 and G3 will become series, of course. So then I can change it to one block, right? I can change it to one block. So here I'll draw. So R of S, then like this, then this one, then G1, okay, then one summing point, and then one takeoff point, and this is G4, okay, and this is meeting at this point, and I can write as G2 into G3 in single block, G2 into G3 in a single block. So likewise, then this is the one which you have the takeoff point to this summing point, which is H2 with H2, okay. So then similarly, we have one more takeoff point from here to this summing point with G2 and H1 as the block value, okay. So to this we have a negative and unity feedback system. So this is what G2, G3 is. I have combined this two into a single block, So when I do like that, then I can just rewrite this rewrite this with the G2 into G3, G2 into G3. Okay, got it. The same I have written here. Okay, now what I have to do? So here these two, the signal from this takeoff point moving here and then ending at the summing point, and the second signal is coming from this takeoff point and ending at this particular signal, both in the same direction, both in the same direction. Then this one, say for example, if you look at this one, okay, so this one is said to be a parallel. This one is said to be parallel. So both are parallel. When both are parallel, what I can do? I can add the block gain transfer function value. So when I add the block gain transfer function value, then this will become then I have to rewrite the block diagram. So I have taken only two operations here. See, this takeoff point will removed for this takeoff point. For this one, signal will be removed, and this one is also, this complete thing will be removed and kept as one single block. That is, we can keep it as G4 plus G2 G3, because we are adding the block gain values. We are adding the block gain values which are parallel, and that's all. And here one summing takeoff point will be there, which is coming towards this, that is with the minus, and this is the H2. And one more takeoff point will be here, that is to this summing point. Okay, so here it is G2 H1. G2 H1 will be like that only, and with this summing point we have a unity feedback system. I am just rewriting wherever changes are there, that there I am changing, and remaining I am rewriting the same. See here G2 H1 I am rewriting, and the takeoff signal is there, but one takeoff point, because two takeoff points are coincided here. One takeoff point is for this and one takeoff point for this. So this takeoff point is gone, and these two are added as a single block here, Okay, so when coming to this, now you look at any blocks are in series. Once again, you have to look into. So no block is in series. So what I have to do? I have to go for, once again, there is a change in the sense shifting operations to be done. So if you look at here, no blocks are in series, no blocks are in parallel, nothing is there. So if I shift this, don't try to take a point shifting towards this side, I can do, or this summing point towards this and then interchange. So summing point can be moved to this side, or take a point can be moved to the right side, so that you can do. So it can be done in two ways. So what I do is I shift this summing point toward this and then interchange. Means this is summing point 1 and summing point 2 and summing point 3. So what I do is I will shift the summing point 3, that is summing point 1, and then this is the summing point 3, because I am the associate law is also I am applying here directly. Two operations in single shot I am doing. Okay, so this is the S2, okay, and then this is the G1, and this is nothing because the summing point has come to here, so I cannot, nothing is there in between, but one takeoff point is still there, and then G2 plus G4 plus G2 G3, okay, and then output signal. Okay, now see here this summing point 3, which is shifted over this G1 block. So when the summing point shifted before the block, summing point are towards the left, what is the changes we need to do to that signal? We need to have a reciprocal of this summing point shifting before the block, we need to have the reciprocal of the block gain, which is over which I am shifting G1 block. So over G1 block I am shifting the summing point 3. So the reciprocal of this G1 will come in series with this S3 signal. So G1 comes reciprocal in sense 1 by G1. So 1 by G1 come into this S3 signal, and then H2 will be there here. H2 will be there here, and H2 signal is coming from here. Okay, and similarly H2, which is coming in this with this, and then changed. So S2 signal is coming from here with this takeoff point with the G2 and H1, G2 and H1. So this is the one, G2 and H1. Next, this one is having the signal from, this one is having the signal from here. From here means from the same takeoff signal. From the same takeoff signal, we are getting the unity signal, unity feedback system, we can say. So here 1 by G1 into H2 both are in series. 1 by G1 into H2 both are in series. So I can directly write 1 by G1 into H2. I can directly write in a single block, that is H2 by G1. H2 by G1. H2 by G1 I can write here. H2 by G1 I can write in a single block, and then, so now see, if you look at, now you look at the, any blocks are in series? No, once again there is no block in series. But if you look at, if you focus in this, say for example here, so here if you look at, okay, this looks at, no, it forms as a minor loop. It forms as a minor loop. If you closely look at that area, so one summing point, one takeoff point, one block in forward path, one block in feedback path, then this forms a minor loop. This forms a minor loop. So there is a lot difference between this, okay. So if you look at this one, so this is forward path and this is also forward path. Both are in forward paths. That's why these are called as a parallel blocks. Whereas here, this is a forward path and this is a feedback path. Then that's why it is called as a minor loop with one summing point and one takeoff point. So this complete thing can be replaced with by applying what is the minor loop, removing of minor loop, G by 1 plus G into H. So here if it is a minus is there, then I'll get plus. So this complete block diagram can be reduced to now. So then it will be two summing points only. Now S2 summing point will goes off. S2 summing point will goes off and will be replaced with one single block, G1 by 1 plus G1 into G2H1 into G2H1. So this is the one single block. By removing this S2 summing point and say for example take off 1 to 1. So these two will goes off and this is the one, this complete signals also will goes off and it will be converted into a single block with the block transfer value as G1 by 1 plus G1 G2H1. Why 1 plus means because it is a negative feedback, then you'll get plus here. If it is a positive feedback here, then I'll get negative here. Okay. So G4, then G2, G3, then we have, okay, so then we have this one. Okay. So this is the output C of S. Then from here you have one feedback, that is H2 by G1, one feedback H2 by G1 to the summing point, what? This one. And one more is with the unity feedback system, one summing, one takeoff signal. Okay. Okay, you can give like this, not a problem. Okay. So this is what we converted such a big complex block diagram into a simple block diagram still now. So once again, if you look at this block diagram, yes, there are two blocks are in series. There are two blocks are in series. Which are those two blocks? If you look at this block and this block, both are in series. These two blocks are in series. These two blocks are in series. Okay. So then when the blocks are in series, we can multiply and keep it as single block. So I'll keep it as like this, and then summing point. Then one single block means multiply both the block gain values. That is G1 into G4 plus G2 H1. Sorry, G2 G3, G2 G4 plus G2 G3. Okay, divided by 1 plus G1 G2 H1. So this is what I got in a single block. The whole thing has come into a single block now. So this is C of S and this is the R of S. Okay. Now This one is summing point 3, which is having the h2 by g1. I keep like that only. And then I have performed only one operation right here. Then only if the blocks are in series, operation is performed. Okay, now, so this signal can be split because this takeoff point is taking the output of this value and sending to this, and the same I can take it as separate, even though it is coming from the one point. See here, if even though it is coming, I can write as like this. I can write as like this, not an issue. So now, if you look at once again, then here, this one, this is completely, it is one block, right? This is completely in one block. Yeah, this is completely one block. This completely is one block. So when I say here, this complete one block in forward path and one block in feedback path, one summing point, and here is one takeoff point. This complete thing will forms as a minor loop, right? This complete thing forms as a minor loop. But when writing the minor loop formula, so this will become G and this will become H. So here it is a negative feedback is there. So G by 1 plus G into H. So G by 1 plus G into H. So if I write G by 1 plus G into H. So what is the G value? What is the H value? Need to be substituted in the whole, if I remove this whole minor loop. So now it will become single, now it will become single block with, now this summing point 2, summing point 3 is also gone. Summing point 3 is also gone. This is a summing point 1, summing point 3, say take up point 2 and take up point 3. So summing point 3 will go on, take up point 2 will go on, this block and this block is also gone, and it will come into a single block. That is, G is what? G1 into G4 plus G2, G3, okay, divided by G by 1 plus G of S into H, right? Divided by 1 plus G1, G2 into H1. This is complete G. Then 1 plus G1 into G4 plus G2, G3 divided by, okay, 1 plus G1, G2 into H1 into H. H value is nothing but H2 by G1. H2 by G1. So this G1 will be cancelled out. I'll be getting if I take the LCM, this denominator will be get cancelled out. I have made a single block. I have made a single block with C of S and one takeoff point with the summing point 1. That is takeoff point 3 with the summing point 1. This is R of S. So here is the, you see, I have made a single block. The complete block diagram has changed into a single block. Now the simplification, if I have done, then there will be a one summing point, okay, that is summing point 1, and this if I take the LCM and all those, I'll be getting G1 into G4 plus G2, G3, okay, divided by, and this one will be get cancelled out if I take the LCM, right? So 1 plus G1, G2, H1, okay, plus G1 is cancelled out. So I'll be left over with the H2 only, H2 into G4 plus G2, G3. So this is the single block which is converted after removing the minor loop, This is C of S. Now one takeoff point 3, as I told, this is the takeoff point 3. So T3, then T3, and this is the sum S1. As I told that nothing is there, I can take it as unity feedback system. So now you look at this. This also looks like, if I want to try to reduce find out the overall transfer function. If I want to find out the overall transfer function, which is R of S, C of S by R of S, overall transfer function, this forms one summing point, one block in forward path, and one block in feedback path, one takeoff point. So this constitutes a minor loop. So if you look at minor loop equation, how many times I have applied? So minor loop equation is what? G by 1 plus or minus G into H, means G of S by nothing but G of S, and you can write, or you can write just G by 1 plus G into H. So here G is nothing but this whole thing is called as a G because it is a single block I am treating. So this will become as a all as a Z, and this will become as a H, and as it is having the negative feedback. Okay, so here this is the negative feedback which you have. So when there is a negative feedback, then this will become plus. So now I'm applying in the, substituting this in this equation, the value of Z and the value of H, so that I can remove into a single block once again this R of S. So here it is become as one single block now. That is, what is the G value? G1 into G4 plus G2 G3. That is, still it is G only I'm writing now. 1 plus G1 G2 H1 plus H2 into G4 plus G2 into G3. Okay, this is the G only. Now divided by 1 plus once again G into H. H is equal to 1, so I'll get the same value of this in the denominator also. G4, G2, G3 whole divided by 1 plus G1, G2, H1 plus H2 into G4 plus G2 into G3. Okay, so now this is into H of S. H of S value is equal to 1 here, so I'm just showing here, because multiplying with 1 will get the same number, multiplicative identity. So C of S. Now this simplification, if I do the simplification, that is by taking LCM in the denominator. See here, if I take the two terms are there, I'm making single term by taking the LCM here, then it will become as, and also you can cancel out the denominators like this by taking the LCM, after taking the LCM. Okay, so I'll write in a single, so G1 into G4 plus G2 G3 divided by, because this will be cancelled out if I take the LCM. So I'm straight away writing 1 plus G1 G2 into H1 into plus H2 into G4 plus G2 G3 plus this will come. Okay, G1 into G4 plus G2 G3. So this has become now one single block after doing all operations and after applying the rules and removing the minor loop and all. So this is now in a single block. When I have a single block, then see the single block represents the transfer function of the given signal. Means if I have a like this R of S, okay, and this block value represents the transfer function of the system, and it is so transfer function is equal to C of S by R of S. So that is equal to, we can write transfer function is equal to C of S by R of S, which is equal to G1 into G4 plus G2 G3 divided by 1 plus G1 G2 into H1 plus H2 into G4 plus G2 G3 plus G1 into G4 plus G2 G3. So this is what the transfer function of the overall transfer function of the given block diagram. So that is you need to know. Okay, so if you look at this is the transfer function of the given block diagram. Okay, of the given block diagram. Right, this is very, very important. This is how we can solve the block diagram, the complicated block diagram into a simple block diagram. So we have used the different rules here. So first one is, when you look at here, so shifting this point to here, that is the one rule which I have used, so that this one and this one will become as in series. That's why here I have applied G2 into G3 here. I have applied G2 into G3 here. Yeah, applied G2 into G3 here. So here the G2 and G3 is in series, that's why I multiplied. Then these two has become parallel. So that's this G4 plus G2 G3 is added here. So G4 plus G2 G3 is added here. Okay, because it has become parallel. So once it is single block is converted into single block by removing the one takeoff point from here, because this signal will goes off and this signal is also will goes off and this summing point is also goes off and comes as a single block with the Z4 plus G2 G3. That's all. So now remaining what operations which I have done is shifting this summing point 3 is to this side, and rather than shifting this after S2, then I'm swapping this S2 and S3. We know that swapping of S2 S3 holds good. So because in between nothing is there, so I'm shifting this summing point 3 over, before the block, as it is nothing is there, just I'll swap it so that S1 S2 S3 rather than S1 S2 S3, it will become S1 S3 S2 S1 S3 S2. So single shot shifting is done, swapping is done. In a single shot I have done shifting and swapping. Shifting of the summing point over the block G1, shifting of the summing point over the block G1, that is shifting of summing point 3. So that is why what is the signal is entering into the summing point 3, this signal, that is H2 signal. To that signal I have added 1 by G1, okay, because reciprocal, when you are shifting the summing point before the block, or that is nothing but towards the left, we are going to add the reciprocal value of the block gain. What is the block gain is G1. So reciprocal of this 1 by G1. So 1 by G1 will be added in series with the signal. So these two blocks once again will become in series. So I will multiply both block gain values. So that's why directly I have multiplied the block gain value with the H2 value. So that is what happened here. Next, coming to this, then this constitutes a minor loop, because one summing point, one takeoff point, one summing point here, and one block in forward path, one block in feedback path. So this constitutes a minor loop. So that's why I use the minor loop equation, that is G bar 1 plus G into H, because it is a negative feedback. So I use the 1 plus GH. Okay. So 1 plus G is nothing but G1. H is nothing but here G2 into H1. So here if you look at G is G1, 1 plus G is G1, and H is what? G2 into H1. So that is replaced with a G2 into H1. So this whole thing has replaced with a single block, and it has come into a single block now here. Then as it is, I have written without changing any other things. Okay. Later on, if you look at this block diagram, these two blocks will become as series, because nothing is there in between these two blocks. So I can say these two blocks are in series. So I can apply the blocks are in series formula. That is, when the blocks are in series, we can say blocks can be block gain values can be multiplied. Okay. So I'll stop here and go to the Google Classroom. All of you enter the ESN in the chat box. Okay, entered. So please go to the Google Classroom and finish up the quiz.